Good morning, it's 10 o'clock. This is Observer Radio News. I'm Jaclyn Desforges with Jaclyn Desforges and Mike Gibbons. In the weather, it's 6 degrees and sunny outside our Easter egg studios, and now here are the headlines. A Mississauga court continues to hear testimony in a $1 million fraud case. Raptors won against the Pistons and have a shot at the playoffs, and Polytechnique swept up at the Genie Awards last night. And now to our top story. The trial continues today for 3 Mississauga residents accused of defrauding a car dealership. A Crown witness testified yesterday. He said 2 Nissan Airport employees forged financial documents to sell cars to buyers with bad credit. Salesman Shahid Sheikh and manager Lynn Fuller of Airport Nissan and buyer Ranjit Bisram stand accused. The Crown alleged the fraud occurred between 2004 and 2006. It says 41 cars valued at $1.7 million are involved. The Crown will bring more witnesses today. Ontario landlords say the new HST rules will do them more harm than good. Vince Brescia, president of the Federation of Rental Housing Providers of Ontario, says the new rules burden landlords with the HST. He says landlords can't pass on the tax raise to renters. Yesterday, Liberals announced new measures to protect renters from paying the HST on energy. Instead, landlords must factor in the tax raise through Consumer Price Index. Brescia says if renters don't pay the difference, landlords must cut back on maintenance and repairs. Quebec Premier Jean Charest's Liberal Party is considering legal action against former Justice Minister Marc Bellemare. Last night on Radio Canada, Bellemare accused the party of breaking fundraising laws and influencing judge nominations. He said the party accepted large amounts of cash from construction industry moguls in 2003 and 2004. Law forbids political donations over $3,000. Bellemare also said he nominated specific judges at the request of construction industry fundraisers. He said he complained to Charest, but Charest did nothing. And finally, a female taxi driver speaks out about the inequality she faces in the city of Toronto. Observer Radio News' Emily Hunter has more.
Female cabbies are a rare breed in Toronto. Only 5% of drivers are female. One of them, 41-year-old Fazia Karim from Bangladesh, says she's been treated differently since starting the job a month ago. She's being discriminated against whether trying to lease a car or getting bank loans, making it an uphill battle to drive her yellow and orange painted car. She says the inequalities in her profession are not only unfair, but unnecessary.
I don't know why people stare at me when I'm driving taxi. If lady can drive a school bus, airplane, TTC, everything, train, tram, they don't look at them. And why I'm sitting in the front of the taxi and they're really surprised to see me.
Karim says she doesn't believe the taxi business needs to be a male-dominated profession. In her native country, female drivers are common. But here in Toronto, she's been heavily criticized for cabbing. She says when she was starting up her taxi business, bank loaners told her she was being irresponsible.
They tell me, you come in a lady as a taxi, it's very hard for you. Instead of that, you can go other job because they're thinking your family, you have a daughter. So if you're driving, then when your daughter gonna get married, they will ask, your mother is a taxi driver, maybe they don't accept your daughter. I said, don't worry, I can worry about my daughter, it's not your business.
Krim says most people feel it's too risky to be a female driver. But she's only driving during the day and never at night. Emily Hunter, Observer Radio News.
And that's the latest news. Now here's Jaclyn Desforges with sports.
Thanks, Jaclyn, and hi, everyone. The Raptors have ended their 5-game losing streak with a win against the Detroit Pistons. Even without star forward Chris Bosh, they beat Detroit 111-97. Bosh is still off after having surgery on his broken nose last week. Last night's win gives the Raptors a shot at the playoffs. They'll make it if they end the season tied with Chicago. They close the season at home on Wednesday against New York. In baseball news, the Blue Jays lost their home opener last night. They lost 8-7 to the Chicago White Sox. They fell just short of a rally in the 11th inning. The loss cost them their unexpected 5-game winning streak. But despite the loss, the stadium was filled to the rafters. The Jays called attendance a sellout. Over 46,000 people showed up. In other news, there might finally be some answers into the death of luger Nodar Kumaritashvili. He died during the Vancouver Olympics on February 12th. He hit a steel pole after losing control and being flung from the track. The International Olympic Committee says they'll release an official report into his death next Monday. According to the IOC, the report will cover the circumstances of the accident and the response of authorities. They'll show the report to Kumarishvili's family before releasing it to the public. In other Olympic news, the CEO of the Own the Podium program will step down on Thursday. Roger Jackson headed this $117 million program. It aimed to help Canada win more medals than any other country at the Vancouver Olympics. Jackson was offered the job back in 2005. At the time, he said he'd leave once the 2010 Games were finished. He's making good on his promise despite the program's success. While the U.S. led the medal count with 37, Canada won 14 gold, more than any other country at the Winter Games. In other news, student athletes at Neil McNeil are having a great school year. The Olympic weightlifting team won the provincial and national junior championships, and as Osman Omar reports, success in the sport helps some students stay out of trouble.
16-year-old Carl Applicador trains with free weights regularly. The East York team is a member of the Neil McNeil High School Olympic weightlifting team. The sport was introduced to the school just 3 years ago, and most members of the current team have been training for only a year. During this short period, they've met great success, winning the junior championships at the provincial and national levels. Applicador said the sport helped him stay out of trouble.
At the end of the day, if I'm having a bad day, I can just come to the sport and let out just like a workout, get all that anger out of me inside.
Hani Kanama is the coach of the weightlifting team and has been involved in the sport for 28 years. He says programs such as this should be introduced to more schools across the city.
I'm a big fan of the sports. Also, I practice the sport myself. I've been weightlifting for a long time. And it's a great sport. We want to keep it alive, get it bigger. And the best way to do it through the high schools. And, by doing that, we're helping some kids, to get involved in the sport and get their head straight also. Staying in school and staying in sports.
Osman Omar, Observer Radio News, Toronto.
And that's all for sports. Stay with us because Mike will have entertainment news after the break.
Welcome back and hello everyone. Denis Villeneuve's film Polytechnique swept the Genie Awards last night in Toronto. It won 9 awards in total, including Best Film. Villeneuve won Best Director, while screenwriter Jacques David won Best Original Screenplay. The film also won awards for costume, cinematography, and editing. The film is about the Montreal Massacre, when Marc Lépine shot 28 people at Montreal's École Polytechnique. He targeted feminists and killed 14 women. And in late-night news, Team Coco can now rejoice because Conan O'Brien will be returning to the air this November. O'Brien's new show will air Monday to Thursday at 11 p.m. on the cable network TBS. No word yet on the nature of the contract, but something tells me it'll be by a lot of jelly beans. O'Brien has been off the air since January. His contract with NBC currently prohibits him from appearing on television. He is now on tour performing in front of live audiences. He'll be coming to Toronto this May, and if any of you out there have an extra ticket, I'd be willing to take it off your hands. And don't delete spam if it's coming from the East York Harmony Center for Seniors. It could be an email from your grandparents. The Harmony Center offers seniors free basic computer classes and internet courses. And as Observer Radio News' Jennifer Romano reports, more and more seniors are becoming internet savvy.
These seniors at the East York Harmony Center are eager to get online. Student Doreen Geiler is older than 70, but she won't say by how much. She's learning to send emails and digital photos over the net, and she's just getting started.
I do crafts, I quilt, and I go into that. I will be going into that for reference or patterns.
2 steps forward, another step back. I take 2 back and 1 forward. I know, it's very confusing.
But for some of these students, the technology can be frustrating. Teacher Dorkel Chan says he makes sure he's patient with his students.
At first, they are kind of skeptical because they always think that, I'm too old to learn something, and I just comfort them. I told them that, hey, to learn a new language when at this age would train your brain, and then they may prevent some Alzheimer's too.
He says surfing the net is a good way for seniors to exercise the brain and stay active. It can help them stay alert for longer. With more seniors becoming internet savvy, it may be harder to find a spot at internet cafes around the city. Jennifer Romano, Observer Radio News, Toronto.
And that's all for entertainment. Now let's toss it up to Jaclyn for the wrap.
Thanks, Mike. That's our show for now. You can find more news online at torontoobserver.ca. We'll have more news coming up shortly, but until then, I'm Jaclyn Desforges. From all of us here at Observer Radio News, thanks for listening, and have a great day.